truth is the truth. We've heard glimpses of what we've learned in that courtroom. You'll hear more as this trial gets underway.
Hey there folks, this is Lulu Bell back once again. Thank you so much for taking the time to tune in and listen. For those returning again, amazing. Much love to you all and all your support as we wrestle our way through what is such an intriguing case. And today, we're going to be shining a spotlight on some of the potential witnesses that are going to be coming up in the highly anticipated trial, which should kick off Monday, the 29th of April. A lot of the testimony could play a pivotal role in the upcoming proceedings, from eyewitness accounts to actual crucial evidence. So join us as we unpack the key players and their insights into this intriguing case. Let's jump in. Karen Reid, an analyst and college professor at Bentley University, finds herself at the centre of a gripping legal saga. She is accused of murdering her boyfriend, John O'Keefe. Reid has adamantly pleaded not guilty to all charges since the day a grand jury first indicted her. As the trial unfolds, the defence presents a starkly different narrative from the prosecution's account of the night O'Keefe died. However, both sides do acknowledge that Reid and O'Keefe were out drinking on the fateful night of January the 28th, 2022. At the time of his tragic demise, O'Keefe had been a devoted guardian to his niece and nephew, having assumed custody of them in 2014 following the loss of their mother and O'Keefe's sister. Really tragic. According to a statement, both children recounted a recent altercation occurring within 2 weeks prior to O'Keefe's passing, wherein he had requested Mrs. Reid to vacate his residence, yet she declined to comply. Additionally, O'Keefe's niece recalled another dispute within a week of his demise, during which she overheard O'Keefe expressing his desire to terminate the relationship, citing its unhealthy nature and frequent arguments. Prosecutors revealed that none of the attendees who gathered at Albert's residence on that fateful January night reported seeing O'Keefe enter the premise. Jennifer McCabe, a friend of O'Keefe's and Brian Albert's sister-in-law, recounted to Massachusetts State Police troopers that she had witnessed a black SUV resembling Reid's arrive at Albert's home that evening, as per the official statements. During her interview, McCabe shared her text exchanges from that evening, indicating that she had messaged O'Keefe with a simple hello and provided him with directions on where to park his vehicle. According to the statement, McCabe observed the black SUV relocating from its initial position near the driveway to the left side of the property, coincidentally where Mr. O'Keefe's lifeless body was subsequently discovered. McCabe reported that she observed the SUV leaving the residence around 15 minutes after its arrival. Later, approximately 4 hours following the departure, McCabe received a call from O'Keefe's niece seeking information about his whereabouts, as detailed in their statements. While driving in the early morning hours, and they were terrible conditions too, McCabe reported to troopers that Reid expressed concerns, asking, "Did I hit him?" multiple times, and also mentioned a broken tail light on her vehicle. Roberts recounted to state troopers that Reid phoned her in that morning and allegedly uttered the words, "John's dead. Kerry, I wonder if he's dead. It's snowing. He got hit by a plough." Upon arriving at Albert's home, heavy snowfall and wind caused poor visibility, and it was shocking, wasn't it, that night? I mean, it really was blizzard. McCabe and Roberts were initially perplexed when Reid swiftly claimed to have seen the victim. O'Keefe's body was found covered in 6 inches of snow, with no snow beneath him. Body temperature probably would have contributed that, though, wouldn't it? Upon arriving at the scene, a Canton firefighter approached Reid to inquire about O'Keefe's injuries as detailed in his statement. According to that statement, The firefighter recounted that Reed turned to her friend and reiterated multiple times, "I hit him, I hit him, I hit him," when asked about the trauma to O'Keefe's face and eye. Later on that day, members of the MSP Special Emergency Response Team combed the area and retrieved 2 red plastic pieces of a tail light and a clear plastic tail light, all matching the description of the broken tail light on Reed's vehicle. Now, Reed's defence team obviously have painted a completely different picture on the events that transpired. Reed's defence team asserts that she's being framed, disputing the Commonwealth's narrative. According to their statement, photographs of O'Keefe indicated severe injuries, suggesting he was brutally beaten and left for dead. Additionally, the defence cites data from Apple Health, which purportedly recorded O'Keefe taking 80 steps and climbing the equivalent of 3 floors, with his location data pinging in close proximity of the Albert residence after being dropped off that night. They alleged that McCabe intervened in the search, delaying Reed's return to the Albert residence and controlling the narrative given to the police. Weirdly enough, the trooper involved in that response to the incident is now under internal investigation by the Massachusetts State Police for a possible breach of compartmental policy. Now, there's no current clarification as to why, but apparently that is underway at the moment. Nicole Albert, wife of Brian Albert, informed police that she was first informed herself about O'Keefe's situation by her sister, McCabe, who entered their bedroom and woke them with the news. That must have been terrible. Evidence from cell phone records, as presented by the defence, indicates that McCabe made 2 calls to Nicole Albert's cell phone at 6:07 a.m. and 6:08 a.m., both of which were answered and subsequently deleted. In their motion, the defence asserted that the scratches found on O'Keefe's arms were caused by a German Shepherd owned by Albert. However, they were unable to conduct tests to verify this claim due to Albert purportedly rehoming the dog and selling his home shortly after O'Keefe's death. That is unfortunate. The defence argued that because the McCabes and Alberts were never questioned as suspects, the government overlooked significant evidence that could implicate them. 3 hours before the discovery of O'Keefe's body at 2:27 a.m., cell phone records allegedly show McCabe performed a Google search for "how long to die in the cold." Now, one person the defence is not accusing of any wrongdoing from the party that night is Brian Higgins, a man who prosecutors said had a romantic entanglement with Reed. Higgins has gone on to state in an interview with the MSP troopers that Reed made an advance on him and gave him a kiss on the lips 2 weeks before O'Keefe's death. He also mentioned that Reed texted him and invited him to her home, which he declined. Reed allegedly visited Higgins' home unannounced days before O'Keefe's murder to discuss their relationship, but Higgins asserted that nothing of a sexual nature occurred at that time. Very interesting indeed. Well, we're going to leave you tonight with a clip from the courtroom, and this is defence arguing the importance of calling upon Michael Morrissey, District Attorney. Listen to the clip. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Until next time, and remember, be careful out there.
And that DA Morrissey did nothing about. And so in terms of, us being able to, attack, question the integrity of the investigation.
Why can't you do it through other witnesses?
We can, but the buck stops with District Attorney Michael Morrissey. He was the one that was involved at a very early juncture on this precise issue of the conflict, and he became aware that that conflict was violated time and time and time again, and he did nothing. And I believe that that's ripe for cross-examination.